probably close to 11K, something like that.
Wow.
No, it's definitely,
That's great.
it's definitely really, really good. Yeah. So you see, I invested this and I converted it to this already.
All right, so how's it going? Jorge, right? Did I pronounce it
Yes,
correctly?
Jorge.
Jorge.
Yeah, that's correct. It's Jorge.
So Jorge, first of all, I want to thank you for making time to join this interview. Let's just dive right into it. So I wanted to start off by asking you to just present yourself by telling us a few words about yourself.
Sure. Yeah. So I'm 55.
Wow.
Years old. So I started trading probably like 4 or 5 years ago, something like that. Probably 4 years ago. I became interested in trading once I saw some ads of a Puerto Rican company that was kind of starting teaching trading. So it was kind of interesting. I took the course and I actually was pretty good. And they kept adding like additional stuff. Once they keep like adding to the course, and so it was kind of good, but the interaction was like limited to it was like an online course.
Yeah.
So it was like limited to that. So there was no kind of one-on-one interaction. And I believe that was kind of missing. You need to see it like something live and some kind of interaction, and you have doubts, so you can ask, and so it was kind of missing something. So I started in demos, right? And it was kind of going back and forth. Sometimes I was like in a win, and I was like, woo, that's really good. And then the losses came in, and the emotions came in, and so it was like a roller coaster, right?
Roller coaster, yeah. Makes sense, Jorge. Yeah, that's a great introduction for the people to get to know you better about your journey, about how you started. And now I wanted to ask you, how was your trading before working with me, before the mentoring program, before we started to work together? How was your trading before all of that?
Yeah, so I will start with the signals, right? Because that's the first thing that I tried. So I had like, I'm actually part of like, I don't know how many signal groups. And I always face like the lifetime, and so I still have them there, and it was like, it wasn't good, right? It was kind of 50-50, even lower, right? Win rate. And so I keep changing until I got to yours. I don't even remember how I got to yours, but it was kind of the best thing that ever happened to me, right? Because it was kind of we have losses, right? And we have like some continuous losses at some points, but in the end, you have like a win rate that is kind of constant, right? So you have more wins than losses, right? So that was a good thing. I was able to move from demo, because I was trading demo. I didn't want to go live, right? To a live account, right? And it was really good. And I even, that I use the Telegram signal copier, right? So it transfers automatically your signals to my MT4-5. And actually I can't even live with that. But at some times you need to like pay attention to the charts, right?
Of course.
So you need to put some effort to it, because nothing is free.
Sure.
Right. So you need to put some effort to it, and to be able to understand some of the stuff that you are actually providing, you need to go into the chart. So then I actually did the swing course with you, and actually that was game changing, right? So the course is like extremely well explained. I cannot get clearer than that, right? So if you go to the course, and if people are interested, I recommend it 100%, because it is really, really, really well explained, and the win rate is, once you use the recommended charts, right, it's extremely good also. So I really, really recommend that. It is extremely well explained. The win rate is there. You can even do the course is going through back testing.
Yeah.
So you don't need to do the back test. The back test, you can see it like
Yeah.
almost like a live session in there, an hour session of back testing. And actually that was something that I really like from the course, because sometimes when you take a course or you see something online, they put you like an example.
Yeah.
And that's it. And sometimes you are good with that, but sometimes, for me at least, it was sometimes it's difficult to see the actual technical information and put it into actions, right?
Yeah.
And I see the chart and I'm okay. I don't see it. But once you see someone explaining and doing it again and again,
Yeah.
and again and again, then it sticks here, right? So it stays in your mind, and that's the best thing. The back testing is definitely the best portion of the course.
Of the course. Yeah, I'm really happy to hear that, man. To hear that before you went for the course, you were, like you said, more so 50-50, but more to the downside. You weren't really profitable.
Yep.
But then after you got into the course and you learned it and you went through the back testing and you watched it and you rewatched it and then you started using it yourself, it was like you said, game changing. So that's really cool. That's really cool, and I'm really happy to hear it. I'm super happy to hear it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. That's great, man. So now on to my next question. I wanted to ask you what made you join the course.
Yeah, definitely. So you know that once you are part of your Signal group, you keep like adding stuff and teaching, and you have your YouTube presentations weekly, and you explain stuff. And sometimes I was like, yeah, I can understand some of that explanation, but sometimes you want more. I like studying, right? So
Yeah.
I told you my kind of my resume, right? So I like studying. So I was like here, and I wanted to be at least midway, right? I needed to understand more because, as I mentioned, nothing is free in this lifetime, right?
Yeah.
So you need to put some effort to it, and definitely I wanted to understand more, and I only took the swing course, and it was definitely really good. Probably in the future I will move to other stuff. I haven't taken your one-on-one mentorship.
Yeah.
That you also provide. So at some point,
in the near future,
my life is kind of hectic right now. So but once it settles down, probably I will set up something for that, because I probably I know that you will go from basic to higher understanding, right? So and you explain your explanations are really good. So
Thank
definitely
you.
that's something that I wanted, because I have seen your videos before. I see that you explain and you take the time to explain something. So I knew for sure that the swing course was gonna be like, this is gonna be definitely something that is good. And yeah, I wanted to go for it because I like learning more and more.
That's great. That's great to know, brother. Yeah, that's a great explanation. You basically wanted, you already went at a level, like you said, after joining the Signal group, watching the YouTube videos and whatnot, and then you joined the course because you wanted to take it from this level to this level and become more consistent, more profitable. And you went for it. You wanted more clarity, and yeah, you got it. So fair play, man. Great. Congrats to you. Because, like you said, it's also about putting the time into it and the effort, and you did that.
Yeah.
You did that. You went through the steps. You went through the course. You rewatched it. You backtested it, and here you are. A few months later, a lot better than you were before. You climbed a few steps ahead, and that's all it matters. That's all it matters. So big ups to you. Big ups to you.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask you now on your honest opinion on the course. If you can sum it up in a couple phrases, that would be super cool.
Yeah, so it is the necessary information in the shortest time possible, right? So it's not like you need to spend like 3 months in in an online course, right?
Yeah.
So you can watch, and actually you recommend it. Watch one video, look at all the back testing that we did, right?
Yeah.
And now do it yourself, maybe for a week or a couple of days. Try to do it yourself, try learning, marking everything, right? And then move to the next course. So probably will take you like a month or 2 months or 3 months, something like that. But it's not something that you need to watch like 100 videos, right?
Exactly.
So just one video, and the back testing, as I mentioned previously, is the best because it's not only one example, it's like 10 examples. Yeah. And you move back in the graph and, okay, watch here. And you do the play, and you let it go, and then you see it, right? And once you see it, it will stick here, right? So that's the best portion of the swing course. Definitely recommend it.
Thank you very much, brother. That's very much appreciated, and your feedback really makes me feel happy and accomplished. To know that I've put time into something, creating it. Putting it step by step, the course, putting it together, and then being able to share it with you guys. You going through it,
sure.
And then benefiting from it, and then giving feedbacks like this is something that really makes me feel accomplished and makes me continue moving forward and trying my best to do more of this type of stuff. So yeah, that's really wonderful. That's really wonderful. Did it exceed your expectation, would you say, the swing course?
Yeah, definitely. And mainly because of the extremely good back testing, right?
Because of
because
the live back testing.
It's not the first time that I take like a course on some specific strategy or something, right? Because that is a strategy, actually, right? That is a strategy. But sometimes what they give you is like a chart.
Yeah.
And here you see it, and that's it. So, but it's not like a live testing.
Trade.
You go into trading view and you play. You go back. You then hit play, and then you explain everything as it goes on, and you do it many times during a single class, right? And then you move to the next class and you do it again, right? And then you move to the next class and you do it again. So definitely it will stay in your mind. You won't forget. It will stay here. And then you have the course available, right? So if at some point you stop using the strategy for a couple of months and then you want to refresh, you go back and then you just watch it again, and maybe you don't need to go through the whole back testing videos, right? You just I remember because it will stay somewhere in your mind here. So definitely it exceeded my expectations. It was really good. I really love the back testing.
That's great, man. That's really great. Was it hard for you to understand the concepts in the course? What was thought in there, or was it easy for you to understand everything?
No, actually, as I mentioned, you explained everything in a good pace, right? Everyone will be able to understand. At some point, I wasn't sure about some terminology, but once you went back and started the back testing and started explaining, okay, here's the explanation, right? So because at first you just mention it, and then when you go into the back testing, you do the whole explanation, and okay, now I see it. So definitely, it was really good. Yeah, definitely.
That's great, man. I'm really glad to hear that it was easy for you to understand the concepts.
Definitely. It's really easy.
That's great. And now, moving forward from that question, what were your thoughts on me? Was my support good enough during the course and even afterwards?
Definitely. You are always there, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if you sleep, but you are always there. So you are at all times, you are providing feedback in the Signal group during the course. You even have you set up like a different chat group for the swing course, and you keep everyone informed in there. And definitely the reaching you is really easy, and the support is definitely there. Every time I have a question, I just send you something in the chat, and you answer back. So quickly. It's not like you need to wait for a week. No, you answer back same day probably. So definitely it's really good.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that's just how I operate. I like to give feedbacks, like you said, as quick as possible to make sure that I'm there and I'm helping people. So yeah, I'm really glad for you to see that and appreciate it, because it really means a lot. It really means a lot, and like I said, this is my fuel to keep on going and try my best to help others, to do the same with others, and try to get them on the same path as you are on right now. That's my goal.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's great. Regarding the concepts, once again, how long would you say it took you to understand the system, like the strategy in the course? How long would you say it took you?
Well, probably going through the course, because I follow your recommendations, right? So it was like I saw one of the classes in the course, and then I spent time in doing my own back testing, right? So or moving forward, right? It's moving forward from live charts. Okay, I see one here. Let's wait. Probably next day. Okay, that one is not valid anymore.
Yeah.
We need to move to another one. So I spent that. So probably finishing the course, it was probably like 2.5 months, 3 months, something like that. But not the understanding, right? It's
Yeah.
just because I was following your recommendations and to see if I can truly master it, right? But if you want to go like every class in the course back to back to back to back, you will still understand it, right?
Yeah.
And then you can do your own back testing and you can finish. Well, I like the content, right? So if I wanted, I could really finish it in one day and understand it, right? And then go into the live charts and look for the new info. But I wanted to follow your recommendations because it's always good to follow the steps recommended by one that knows more than you, right? So
Sure.
so I try to follow that, right?
That was great. Yeah. Yeah, that's great. It's great that you took the slower path, but the safer one. Then, like you said, taking the easier one, because you say yourself that it would probably take you a couple days to understand everything and then hop onto the live chart and trade. But it's great that you took the safer path that takes longer. To make sure that, like you said, you understand everything and it's just second nature and you can apply it every single day no matter what. So yeah, that's good, and still like 2 months, 3 months, that's still a very good amount of time to master something. So that's still very good. That's still very good. What do you think about the price to quality ratio of the course? Was it good? The price you paid for the course in terms of the quality of it? What do you think about that ratio?
Yeah, no, definitely. It's a strategy that is not gonna die anytime, right? So it's a strategy that you're gonna keep using for the rest of times, right? The strategy works. It is already there. I can prove it, right? So it's already there. It is proven. It is really good. And sometimes you don't have probably the money at the time, but you don't need to see it as an expense or something that you're gonna spend something. See it as an investment, right? Whenever you wanna grow, you need to invest, right? So if you look at it as an investment, it is cheap.
Yeah.
It is a cheap investment, right? Because you spend X amount of money and you will see it grow and grow and grow and grow. So you see like an investment that you invest this and it will grow into this, right?
Yeah.
So definitely it is, for me, it was a very cheap investment, right? I feel like that. It was cheap.
That's great. That's really good to know that it was cheap and that it was effective, and yeah, that's what I want. So it's great that that you think that way, because it's a great feedback for me as well for the future. And I just have a couple more questions and we'll end it. One of them was, when exactly did you join the course? Because I'm not really remembering very correctly. In what month did you join the course?
I think it was mid-July. Last year.
Mid-July last year, and now we are in January. So that's like what, 6 months ago? Yeah, something like that. Around 6 months ago. That's great. That's really great. And since then, in terms of profits, do you have like an idea of profits that you made since then, since joining the course?
Yeah, more or less, because I have many accounts, and I try to separate them by strategy. But I also use your how do you call it,
Swing.
the profit funding, how do you call it?
The passing service.
A passing service,
Yeah.
right? I use that, and so I have a lot of
Accounts.
accounts, live accounts, funded accounts, right? So I divided them into different strategies, right? So I have one for the swing course, and but since it is funded, I try to keep the every trade like small,
The risk,
right?
the risk
so
small, yeah.
a small percentage. So I only go like 0.25%.
That's really good.
Every trade, right?
Yeah.
So because I want to keep the funded account, right? But probably, well, I spent like 2.5, 3 months in the course, right? Then I started probably like 1, 2 months in demo just to see, and then I started on the funded account, right? And probably it's up like, well, because I keep drawing back, right? But if I keep adding, probably would be up like 13 to 15%.
Oh, that's great.
Just doing like 0.25.
That's really great. 13, 15% on a funded account. That's like what, 10K, or it depends on the funded account?
Well, yeah, because I didn't go with the 500 one.
Oh.
I went with that one is, I believe it is 101. So yeah, it's probably close to 11K, something like that.
Wow.
No, it's definitely.
That's great.
It's definitely really, really good. Yeah. So you see, I invested this and I converted it to this already, and it's not like it stopped here. No, it's gonna keep growing and growing and growing and growing, right?
Yeah.
So if you look at the course and as an investment, you will definitely end up assuring yourself that it is cheap.
Yeah.
The material that you are providing and the quality of it is a really cheap investment, right? So it's not that it's not a good investment. It's a really good investment that doesn't cost much, right? So because cheap sounds like negative, right? So
yeah.
it's like a really good investment that doesn't cost much.
Yeah.
And definitely I recommended it to everyone.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man. That's great. That's insane, actually, to make 11K in because you said you took 2 to 3 months to backtest it.
Yeah.
Then you took 1 month to trade it on a demo.
On a demo, yeah.
And then you went into the funded account and you made, like you said, around 13%, which sums up to around $11,000, which is insane, really. Like, congratulations. That's really big. That's really, really big to be able
Thank you.
In 6 months to be able to do that. And also knowing that you spend like around 2 months on the funded account, because you said that 2 to 3 months backtesting, 1 month demo testing, and then then you went into the funded account and made the profits that you just mentioned. So yeah, you took it to the next step. You took it to the next step.
Thank you.
That's great.
That's definitely thanks to you. Yeah, definitely.
You're welcome, man. You're welcome. I'm really glad I was able to help you with this, and that we were able to work together, that we got to know each other, and that I was able to help you this way. It really means a lot to me. And now face to face, having this wonderful chat is something really, really beautiful. So yeah, man, thank you once again for making the time for it, for your beautiful answers, and we'll just keep in touch as always.
Sure.
We'll
Definitely.
keep in close touch.
Sure.